Phone conversation. Describe an occasion when you heard a stranger speaking on the phone in public. You should say when it was, where it was, what you were doing at that time, what they said, what you felt.
Welcome. In this channel, you're not just here to watch, you're here to participate. Feel free to share your own sample answers in the comments section and exchange ideas with others. Let's learn and grow together.
I'd like to share with you one of the most unexpected and entertaining moments I've ever experienced on public transportation. Everyone might have overheard phone calls on buses or subway trains, but let me tell you about the culinary masterclass I accidentally attended during my morning commute. It was around 8 a.m. on a Tuesday morning. I was half asleep, commuting to work on a crowded city bus, mentally preparing myself for another boring day. Suddenly, a loud ringtone pierced the sleepy air. It was one of those classic Nokia in 2002 ringtones. Everyone looked up. A sweet elderly lady, probably in her 70s, picked up the phone and said, "Hello." But since her hearing wasn't great, she immediately put the call on loudspeaker. Apparently, it was her daughter on the line asking for the sacred recipe of some traditional family dish. You'd think they were discussing nuclear codes with how intense it got. But she started giving the recipe step by step, loud and proud, without missing a beat. She was like, first, you take the onions, not the big ones, the sweet ones, and you fry them until they're golden. Not brown, golden. Then you add the turmeric, but don't be stingy, girl. At this point, the whole bus slowly became silent. I swear even the driver was listening. One woman sitting nearby pulled out a pen from her bag like a ninja and started writing it down on the back of her receipt. I saw a teenager typing furiously on her notes app. We were all invested. I was trying so hard not to laugh out loud. Honestly, she was more engaging than any podcast I'd ever listened to. I felt amused, curious, and a little bit hungry, to be honest. But mostly, I was touched by the sweetness of the moment. A mother passing down a cherished recipe, not caring that half the city was listening. All in all, that bus ride went from boring to legendary. I still wonder if that lady in the back row ever cooked the dish. If she did, I hope it tasted like home-cooked heaven, just as the grandma intended. Phrases and idiomatic expressions. One of the most unexpected and entertaining moments, a surprising and funny or enjoyable experience, totally unplanned. Overheard phone calls. Accidentally heard someone else's phone conversation, often in public. Culinary masterclass. A humorous exaggeration, it means an impressive or educational cooking session. Morning commute. The daily trip to work or school in the morning, usually by public transport or car. Half asleep. Feeling very tired and barely awake. Often used to describe how people feel early in the morning, mentally preparing myself for another boring day, getting ready emotionally or psychologically for a dull or routine day ahead. A loud ringtone pierced the sleepy air. Vivid description. The ringtone was so loud it disrupted the quiet atmosphere. Put the call on loudspeaker. Turned on the speakerphone so everyone around could hear both sides of the conversation. Sacred recipe. A cherished or secret family recipe. Treated with importance. You'd think they were discussing nuclear codes. Humorous exaggeration. Used to express how serious or intense the conversation sounded, without missing a beat. Without any hesitation or mistake, very confidently and smoothly. Don't be stingy. Don't use too little of something, often used when cooking or giving something generously. The whole bus slowly became silent. Everyone on the bus gradually stopped talking to listen, indicating growing interest or curiosity. Pulled out a pen from her bag like a ninja. A funny simile suggesting someone moved quickly and skillfully, often used for comic effect. Typing furiously on her notes app. Typing very quickly and intensely on a phone app. We were all invested. Everyone was emotionally involved or interested in the outcome. Trying so hard not to laugh out loud. Finding something funny, but holding back from laughing in public. Touched by the sweetness of the moment. Emotionally moved by the kindness, love, or warmth of the situation. Passing down a cherished recipe. Sharing something valuable, like a recipe, from one generation to another. Not caring that half the city was listening. She was completely unbothered or confident, regardless of how many people were overhearing. That bus ride went from boring to legendary. The experience shifted from dull to unforgettable and iconic. Tasted like home-cooked heaven. A vivid and poetic way to describe extremely delicious and comforting food. Just as the grandma intended. A touching phrase suggesting the food was made with the love and purpose it was meant to have.
Preparing these sample answers takes a lot of time, but your support keeps me going. If you find my content helpful, please subscribe, share it with your friends, and connect with me through these links. I've also added them in the video description. Your encouragement means everything to me.